Hello and welcome. It's Melissa here, and thanks so much for joining me. I think I can finally say with complete certainty that I have completed my fall decorating for my home. I have incorporated a lot of DIYs along the way, and I'd like to show you how I pieced it all together. So let's check it out. So this first fall DIY is a really great one. It's a pumpkin flower centerpiece. Now I actually did a more thorough video previously, so you can check that out to hear some more tips and tricks, but it really helps to bring out that vibrancy or that color in a new way. And you can use this on a table as a centerpiece, or you can do something like I did where I really put it outside to bring up my space and really start the mood of what the inside is going to look like. And what I like about this is I was able to incorporate pink, which is my color, and hey, it also goes with this awesome wreath that I have on my door. And again, it sets the stage for what's inside. So my next project takes us into the front entrance or my staircase. And now I actually own this garland. It's wire and paper mache, I'm not sure, but I actually use it and intertwine it with meshed ribbon. And that's kind of the key is if you've ever noticed, now you don't have to have something as fancy as that. You can buy those plastic or fabric type of garlands, but have you ever noticed there is spaces in between? And I find that with this mesh, and you can incorporate any color. It doesn't have to be these oranges. I just went with it because I own this decor and I'm trying to be fiscally responsible as well. But it just sets the stage and really invites that color on your staircase to kind of peek through all of those spaces so you don't have too many empty places. And now because I was using orange, I'm trying to incorporate some oranges and some dark pinks as well as some blues that I like to use in my house so that I'm still mixing my old with my new. And now these baskets, this is my next project. Now I got the one darker basket from a fellow mom and now needs to be my best friend. I was so happy to receive this. And I'm using the other basket and they don't really go together, so I'm going to try to match it. And this is actually a way I'm making my own stain with some paint and water. And I thought I would try to paint it on, but as you can see, it was really thin. I would probably have to do a couple coats and I just didn't have the time for that. So I even tried to thicken it up and brush it on like you would a stain, but I found with all of the pieces in the basket, I had to use a brush too. Once it was dry, I was able to take any kind of branches or florals and place it into this beautiful basket, now matching basket set, I should say, and it just brings up my front entrance and my area up a notch in terms of the color that I'm using, which is more of the oranges and really speaks to fall. And then it also ties in with the staircase garland that I had because like I said earlier, pink's my color I'm trying to use this year, but I already own this stuff, so let's just see how I can mix it in. And to me, it really did a nice cohesive job on that. So DIY number 4, and this is painted pumpkins. So I had, again, another video that goes in more detail, but I used some pumpkins from a previous DIY project. I placed it how I thought it would look good, and using this monochromatic color scheme, I tried to kind of use my hand and place the paint strategically so that I knew how it would look and how the colors would be balanced out before painting. And it was actually a really good idea because could you imagine I probably would have separated everything evenly and then tried to place this thing together that didn't make sense. And so by doing it this way, it actually did make sense and it lent itself for a really nice centerpiece that had everything spaced out for it. And then just to finish off this project, I set a table to match the pinks as well as the blue and white that go with my theme of my decor in general of my home. And I was able to bring it into the fall. And so this is one way I use this as a centerpiece and just really made a fall tablescape. However, there's also different ways you can do with these painted pumpkins. It doesn't have to be all gathered in one, but it could. Because of how I actually set up this centerpiece, I really had this linear look, and it really went well on a fireplace or a fire mantle. So you can do the same, but you can also take these colors or any color you wish, and you can literally add one pumpkin, one solo pumpkin anywhere you're in your house, and it will be a nod to fall, and it will very much speak the autumn season. All right, so fall DIY number 5. So this is really an easy, again, away with baskets. It's just a really cozy vignette that I created using all of the colors and themes that go with my decor. So I've bought this beautiful blanket from Michael's, and I was very excited. It went with the blue and white. And of course, these pumpkins, again, at Michael's, it went with my theme and incorporated the pumpkins in a way. And I'm going to admit, if you fuss around, you won't like it. So just plop it in and walk away and look at it, and when it's satisfied, you'll know. And you can incorporate it anywhere in your house, and it really just adds, again, that fall theme pop or look into your house in little ways, or subtle ways, I should say. Okay, project number 6. This was one of my favorite. I love that blue and white theme. Like I said, you can really see this theme going around. I do have this video that I've done previously, so I just wanted to show you. You can go ahead and buy white pumpkins or make them white yourself. You can use any kind of napkin, and you're really Mod Podging pumpkins. It was super easy, really fun to do. I made about 6 of them, and I honestly could have continued again and again. It was so fun. And so I would recommend using the colors that you want to use in your house. Find a pattern, something fun that really speaks to you, whether it be a fall theme or just any color you want. If you throw it on a pumpkin, it really will look like fall, I promise you. And then you have now incorporated some high-end or high-scale looking fall decor. And I love that I was able to take these little pumpkins and just add them to vignettes that already exist in my house that were appealing, eye-drawing, and it really did speak to fall. And now my last tip is really just take any last steps, any other odds and ends. So I love florals, I love branches, and I love to incorporate them in different seasons. So for fall, I've been really incorporating those deep blushes and pinks and just having more of a darker tone in my florals. It's very subtle. Probably other people wouldn't notice, but I do. And so for me, it's a change for the season. And then I've also just taken vignettes and remove one and put the other, a pumpkin to replace it. And you've created a nice fall theme vignette. And with all of my DIYs put together, I've really created a cohesive look. I hope this inspired you to decorate your own home. Thanks, everyone.